day I was with my mom, she mentioned to me a fact that she loved division as a kid, but didn't like fractions. That was kind of odd to me because division and fraction are pretty much the same thing. They're doing the same thing. And so I thought my next video should be on that. I went and I searched for the standard that talks about how a fraction is like division. And that happens in grade 6, which might be too late for people to understand this concept because in grade 3, 4, and 5, you're thinking fractions and division are different, and really they're not. I have the standard for grade 6 in this video, but I'm going to label the video grades 3 through 6 because I feel like this is a standard that is better to know sooner than later. So let's go ahead and take a look. Hi, welcome to Math with Jen. In this video, we are going to extend representations for division to include fraction notation such as a over b as a divided by b, where b does not equal 0. The first example we are going to look at is the fraction 12 over 3 and the division of 12 divided by 3. The denominator as a fraction is telling you how many equal parts we need to make a whole. The division is telling you how many you need in each group. So as you're grouping things, you want 3 to make one group. A fraction, you want 3 equal parts to make one whole. I have 12 here, and this one is saying, the fraction is saying 3 will make a whole. 3 equal parts will make a whole group. We'll say a whole group. So then I have one whole group, I have another whole group, another one, and another one. So the 12 is telling me how many we have. So is the division. The division is saying how many we have. The denominator is telling you, and what it's being divided by are both telling you how many you need to make a group. In both situations, we have 12. So we have 12 objects or 12 parts, and we know that 3 is what we want in each of the groups. So this fraction 12 over 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I have 4 wholes, 4 groups. 12 divided by 3 equals 4 groups. So a fraction and division, they're the same thing. They're the same idea. If you like division and you understand division, you should like and understand fractions. They're the same thing. They are doing the same operation. They still use the 12. Let's say that instead of 3, say we want 6 in each group. 6 parts for a whole, 6 in each group. Mean the same thing. This time I'm saying 6 will make a group. So 12 over 6 is 2 because it gave me 2 wholes or 2 groups. Typically division is talking about groups. Typically fractions are talking about wholes, but they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same operation. 10, and then I have 10 divided by something. If I want to do equal groups, I think about my factors. I know that 10 divided by 5 is going to give me equal groups. The fraction is saying that we need 5 to make a whole. Division sign is telling us that we have 5 in each group. 10 over 5, really you can read it as 10 divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Or I could say 10 over 5. Either way, over here, 10 divided by 5 is 2. Both saying the same thing. Let's say we have the 10. I would take these 10 and I would say 3 equal parts make a whole. I have 3 wholes. I have 1 left over. And to represent a part of a whole, I would say I have 1 and how many I need to make a whole. So I have 1, but I need 3. So I would say 1/3, 3 and 1/3. Dividing, again, the same thing. This time we're going to bring out our little division house so you can see what's happening. Grade 4, what you're doing with this situation is you're saying 3 goes into 10 how many times? And you say, oh, it goes in there 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. You subtract, you have a remainder, and you put R1. Okay, that's what you're doing in grade 4. For grade 5, you're taking the 10, you're doing your box, and you're still saying how many times does that 3 go into the 10? You say 3, and then you go 3 times 3 is 9. You subtract, but now with that remainder, you can do one of 2 things. Take that remainder and say, well, I know I have 1 out of the 3 I need to make another group. So you would come up here and you would write 1/3. So you would end up with the same thing. In grade 5, you're not going to put R1. You're going to do something with that remainder. Favorite thing is to make it a fraction because you can stop. Okay, so once you have your remainder, you just put it over what you're dividing by and you're done. It's 3 1/3. You're done. Sometimes, however, you will need a decimal. You're going to learn all of these, and then as you go through life, you're going to pick the one you like the most. I always prefer fractions whenever possible. For grade 5, possibly grade 6, depending on your teachers and your school, to do a decimal, you're going to still start the division. You're going to say 3 times 3 is 9. You have a remainder, but instead of just stopping and making a fraction, which is the easiest thing to do, and you'll love fractions if you go the decimal route, you're going to need to add a decimal behind, which you're really not adding, you're just showing the decimal, because a decimal is always behind a whole number. We just usually don't write it until we need it. Extend my little division house here a little bit. It's getting an extension. That decimal I need to bring up because this was the whole amount. Everything to the left of the decimal was a whole amount. Want to make sure we have the decimal up in the quotient as well. Then you're going to have to just start adding some zeros behind here. Adding zeros, doesn't matter how many zeros you add behind a decimal, it's not going to change the value of a number. I'm only going to put 1 right now because sometimes you only need 1 extra 0. I'm going to bring that 0 down. 3 goes into 10 3 times. And that gives me 9. We already knew that. Goes again. So we have put another 0 and it's going to come down. And it's 3. And we're noticing a little pattern here. Okay, so with this one, it's going to keep going and going and going. This is going to just keep going because we're going to keep adding zeros and it's going to keep equaling 9 and we're going to keep subtracting, keep getting 1. It's going to keep going and going and going. This is called a repeating decimal. This is taking you into grade 6. Grade 5, you probably would get a terminating decimal. That means it doesn't go on forever. You're getting 3 through 6 in this video. As my answer, I would write 3.3. And what we do is we put a little bar over the 3 to let people know it's going and going and going and going. It's never going to end. We can keep doing this forever and ever and ever. It will keep going with the 3. I'm going to stop in this video with this. I will have additional videos talking more about how to divide and how to all that other fun stuff. For this video, I really wanted you to see that a fraction is the same as division. This fraction bar is the same as this division. They're doing the same thing. Oh, Mom, since you like dividing, you really also secretly loved fractions. You just didn't know it. As an educator, I'm always excited and fascinated when I hear what people think about math, and I like to address it and try to figure out how to see it from your perspective. You can't comment on these videos, but if you want to find me on Instagram, Math with Jen, and DM me, maybe there's a topic you want me to talk about next, I would love to hear from you. I thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you learned something new, and I will see you next time. Bye.